Oh. I must have hit the off button.
No, I was trying.
Oh, better start the video. There we go. Come on, Judge.
There we go. I had lost the video.
You're gonna notarize for us.
Executive commission report. I can see.
What is it?
It's freezing. It's freezing.
Okay.
This Dr. Simon is coming out.
Oh, is it?
We should. I told her last time she could put her in the bag, but she just didn't do it.
An appointment with her?
She's one of our witnesses for this estate
Oh,
over
okay.
here.
There you go.
It's okay.
What happened? He just popped on and usually.
This is Kendall. We just crossed through it.
Yeah. I wonder what's it. Were you living in Kendall?
I live in Burnie.
Oh, okay.
I'm staying with Anita at the beach this week.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. Yeah.
it was an excuse to come. and
Yeah.
stay
Come
here.
in. Very good.
I usually come in once every 6-7
Yeah.
weeks and
Nice.
go to the beach for a week.
Yeah. Very nice. We've had a lot of people move to Burnie from this area. A lot of friends.
We've been there 12 years.
Okay.
So lived in Houston for 25.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Do you have the disinterested witnesses there with you, Mr. Brinkley?
Judge, this is Judge. I have Mrs. Johnston here. We have two cases this morning. This is Mrs. Johnston.
Meyer.
I'm sorry. This is Connie Meyer. This is the Johnston estate. And I'm waiting. I see the other group coming in, Judge. So if we could do the Johnston estate first with Mrs. Meyer, that would be what we'd have to do.
Okay, that was on the docket as number 7 for some reason. Hold on one second.
Yeah, sorry. I'm still waiting on. I see them coming in as we speak. The witnesses and the other case, Judge. It's going to probably take a little time. One of the witnesses is using a walker.
Okay, is this Connie Marie Meyer with you?
Yes, yes, sir. It is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Meyer, if you'll raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this cause shall be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, I'm going to hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Catherine Johnson. Do you recognize that as being her will?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to go back to the signature page and ask you if that's her signature on that document.
Yes, sir.
After the date she made this will on June 18th of 2015, did she ever revoke it or amend it?
No, sir.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Brinkley.
Okay. Meyer, I'm going to show you a couple of documents. The first document we talked about just now is the proof of death and other facts. After reviewing that document, is everything on there true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to sign that for the notary here.
Today's the
Today is the 12th. I know. All right, Ms. Meyer, the last one I'm going to ask you to sign is the oath that you take to execute your duties as the executors of the estate. And how many letters testimony would you like to have?
I need that's to people who are getting things in the will. I need 5.
Okay, we'll have, if you don't mind, Judge, we'd like to put an order in for 5 letters testamentary on this case.
Okay, do you have a notary there?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I do. She's actually notarizing as we speak. Everything is notarized now, Judge. Jefferson.
All right, Ms. Meyer, I've signed the order admitting your mother's will to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary that'll give you authority to act on behalf of the estate. Please make sure that you cooperate with Mr. Brinkley in getting him a listing of the assets of your mother. He has 90 days from today to file what's called an inventory appraisement and list of claims with the court. I hope everything goes well, and that will do it. Have next, Mr. Brinkley.
Yeah,
Thank
Judge,
you.
if you could put us toward the end of the list, I see that the people are coming in, they're just not quite here yet. I don't want to hold you up.
Okay, so you got Solis and Jones, I believe.
This
Okay,
Just
we'll
Solis
get
today.
back to you on those.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Okay.
And Mr. Fox on Stemmons.
Hopefully.
I would say my brother-in-law, so this will be fun.
Gonna.
I don't see Judge Brannick. I'm gonna scoot it like this. Sure.
Okay, Ms. Burnson, do you have Mr. Feemster with you?
No, sir, he's supposed to be zooming in from Oklahoma. Is he not on yet?
No, he may be on a device that does not have his name attached to it.
Okay,
So they're looking through the various people out in the waiting room to see if they can determine who he is.
okay,
Using an abundance I thought that we tried to talk to already and nobody came on.
Okay, there's two unidentified people on there. They've tried to talk to both of them and neither one of them has come on. Okay.
that's him.
Wife named Kate Pascuzzi,
That is my brother.
Yeah, I'm on my wife's computer.
Thank you.
and your name, sir?
Stephen Feemster.
Okay, Mr. Feemster, if you'll raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, Mr. Feemster, I'm going to hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Jean Hoggaboon Stemmons. Do you recognize that as being her will?
I do.
And I'm going to go back to the signature page and ask you if that's her signature on that document.
That is. Yes, sir.
And after the date she made this will on August 21st of 2015, did she ever revoke it or amend it?
No.
Okay, go right ahead, Ms. Burnson.
Okay, Stephen, Lance sent you this proof of death and other facts, and you've had a chance to review that document.
I have.
Okay, and is everything to your knowledge true and correct in that document?
It is.
Okay, and so, Your Honor, since he's in Oklahoma, he's going to sign it in front of a notary public there and then mail us the originals, and we will e-file the proof of death along with the oath of executor, if that's okay.
That sounds great. All right,
That's all I have.
Feemster, you're gonna go before a notary in Tulsa, and you're gonna get that notarized. You're gonna sign both proof of death and other facts, just as your name appears on there, and the oath. Return those to Mr. Fox or Ms. Burnson. They're gonna e-file those with the county clerk. Once they do so, I'll sign the order admitting the will to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary. You'll use those letters to show your authority to act on behalf of the estate if you need to deal with financial institutions, real estate, title companies, anything of that nature. Please make sure that you cooperate with your attorneys in getting them a listing of the assets of your mother's estate, because they have 90 days from the date I signed the order to file an inventory with the court, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're also gonna need to designate a resident agent since you live in Oklahoma, but your attorneys will deal with you on that.
Perfect.
All right, y'all have a great rest of your
Thank
week.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And let's see, we got,
Houses.
Cassie. Applicants.
It's the same applicant. I think David's on both.
Good morning, Mr. Celeste.
Morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Are you David Petkazik?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it appears that are going to be Nancy Kirkendall and Connie Thomason. Are they there present?
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay, if
Yes,
I can
sir,
have
they are.
witnesses, raise your hand, please. Mr. Petkazik, I'm going to swear you in cause number 124445, the estate of Lois Petkazik, and in cause number 1240, Gerard Petkazik. Okay, do you and each of you solemnly swear or right hand? You are in each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the true comments here under consideration shall be the truth, so help you
I do.
God. Okay, did everybody say I do?
I do. I do.
Jeff, if I might point out, we had co-executors in this case, and there's also a Mr. Joe Palermo here.
Okay, where is he?
He's right here.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Palermo. If I could get you to raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call shall be the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, he's in 445, which is. Okay,
Because
Lois.
the will was a copy.
Okay, let's start out with Kathy first. I'm going to hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Gerard Joseph Petkazik. You recognize that as being his will?
Yes, that's.
Yeah, yes, that's looks like his last will from what I could.
Okay, I'm going to go to the signature page and you look at the signature on that.
This is, so we're doing my dad's first?
Yes, it's still.
Okay. Okay, that's my dad's will, yeah.
You recognize his signature?
Yeah, that's his signature.
Okay, and it appears that he made this will on the first day of July 2020. Is that correct?
What was the year again, Judge?
Says July 7th of 2020.
That's correct. That's correct.
After the date he made this will, did he ever revoke it or amend it?
No, he didn't.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Maida.
Okay, Gerard, your Gerard Joseph Petkazik, he died on December 3rd of 2020. Is that correct?
That's correct.
In Lumberton, Hardin County, Texas, but he had a principal place in fixed residence here in Jefferson County.
That's correct.
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, he died with a will, which means testate, on July 7th of 2020. And that will, to your knowledge, was never revoked.
That is correct.
He never adopted a child or had a child after the date of that will.
That's correct.
And the marriage obviously dissolved by death, but after the date of this will, he never remarried.
That is correct.
Okay. And it names you as the executor of that will, and you're able and willing to serve in that capacity.
Yes, I am.
And a necessity exists for its probate.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. That's all I have, Jeff.
Okay, you would let me know when his signature on his proof of death and his oath are notarized, please.
Okay. Those are executed, Judge.
Hey, Mr. Petkazik, will to probate of Gerard Joseph Petkazik. And I am going, if our witnesses conceded this, I'm gonna hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Lois Petkazik. Y'all recognize that as being her last will.
Yes, sir. You want to, do both executors need to answer that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Lois
Yes, sir, I
Petkazik.
do. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go back to the signature page and ask you if that's her signature on that document, both of you.
Yes, sir.
It appears to me it is, yes, Judge.
Yes, sir, I agree.
Okay, it looks as though Ms. Kirkendall and Ms. Thomason were not witnesses to this will, so are they here to witness the handwriting on the codicil and the will, Mr. Maida?
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask the two witnesses, Mr. Kirkendall and Ms. Thomason, do y'all recognize that as being the signature on that will?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'm also going to, does that purport to be the first codicil for the last will and testament? Okay,
So far as I know. Yes, sir. As far as I know.
does that appear to be her signature on it?
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes, it is.
all right, you may proceed, Mr. Maida.
Your Honor, should I ask these questions individually of each of the gentlemen?
You can ask them as a group.
Okay. Well, Joe and David, Lois Petkazik died on November the 6th of 2017. in Lumberton, Hardin County at the age of 86. Is that the best of your recollection?
Yes, Judge.
This court has jurisdiction over this case because she had a fixed place of residence here in Jefferson County. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, she died with a will that was shown to you already.
That's correct.
Okay. And a necessity exists for the administration of this estate.
Yes.
Okay. And it was self-proven by these witnesses. And the codicil is dated January the 3rd of 2017, and it was self-proven also.
Yes.
Okay. It was never revoked to the best of y'all's knowledge.
No, not to my knowledge.
She never adopted or had a child born to her after the date of that will. Okay. And obviously no marriage was dissolved after the date of that will.
No.
Okay. And it names you, David, and you, Joe, to serve as alternate independent co-executors to act independently and without bond. And you're willing and able to do so.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor, and I'll get them to execute this proof of death and the oaths.
Good. And the disinterested witnesses.
Yes.
Do you have any questions of any of these witnesses?
No, Your Honor. As I submitted my report, I was appointed probating a copy of a will, and there were some witnesses who we couldn't find. I was able to locate everybody, and it looks like everybody's either been served or has waived citation. So again, I think everybody's good to go.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Yep.
Right. If you don't have any questions, Mr. Swift, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Zach.
Yep, you bet.
Jeff, Judge, everything has been signed and executed and notarized.
All right, Mr. Palermo, Mr. Peck-Kaddick, I've sent in the order admitting the will and codicil to probate of Ms. Peck. Mr. Maida will guide you through the cooperate with him in the listing of the assets of the estate. Because he had 90 days within which to file a notice. I want to express my appreciation to witnesses. Thank you so much for your time. I hope everything goes well. Let us know if there's any way we can help.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Morning, Judge.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, Pat. I'm so very sorry.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Just saw this. All right, if I could get you to raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the true self you got?
I do.
Okay, this is self-proven, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, I'm gonna hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Robert Briggs. Do you recognize that as being his will?
I do.
And I'm gonna go back to the signature page and ask you if you recognize that as being his signature.
Yes.
Okay, and after the date he made this will on February 16th of 2015, did he ever revoke it or amend it?
No.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Henry.
Ms. Briggs, you've had the opportunity this morning to review the proof of death and other facts that's in front of you, correct?
Yes.
And is all the information contained in that proof of death and other facts true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
And you're asking the court to admit Mr. Briggs, your husband's will, into probate and appoint you as the independent executors, correct?
I am.
Your Honor, that's all we have this morning.
Okay, do you have a notary present?
I do.
Okay, if you'll let me know when her proof of death and other facts is notarized, please.
All right. We have that as well as the oath, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The proof of death and other facts has been signed by Ms. Briggs and notarized, and we will upload that along with the oath this morning.
Pat, so I've signed the order admitting the will to probate, authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary once the oath is filed with her. Those letters are what you're going to use to show your authority to act on behalf of the estate if you need to deal with financial institutions, real estate title companies, insurance companies, anything of that nature. Once Mr. Henry has e-filed those documents with the clerk, he'll be able to get those letters for you. And you'll just need to make sure you cooperate with him in getting the information to him that he needs to prepare an inventory that has to be filed within 90 days.
Your Honor, we already have it prepared. I have a very efficient client.
All right, well, let us know if you need anything, Pat. I'm so sorry for your loss. I don't know how I missed that.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, well, y'all try to have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
To add on report. Rocky has mental hearings this morning, so I don't think he's going to be here.
Okay.
That's great. That's Bruce.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Hey, Bruce.
Morning.
Is that a vacation room I see?
Okay, I have sent Mr. Laudermilk off to mental hearings this morning, so he will not be joining us.
Okay.
So, I'm looking for Brett Sinsett.
Here.
Okay. Okay. And then joining us, you are Bruce Mueller.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you are Tanya Broussard.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if each of you would raise your right hands, please. You and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this cause to be the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do. Yes.
Go right ahead, Judge McCall.
Thank you, Judge. Your name is Tanya Broussard, is that correct?
Yes,
And you were married to Dane Joseph Broussard.
yes,
He passed away on January the 4th of this year. Is that
Yes.
correct? And at the time he passed away, he didn't have a written will.
correct.
Okay, and you filed an application to determine his heirship, is that correct?
Yes,
And he had 2 prior marriages, is that correct?
yes,
He was married to Joy Cooper, and he was married to Carla Wheat Broussard, is that correct?
yes,
In each one of those marriages, he had a child from Joy Cooper. They had a girl, Hannah Baker, and from Charlotte Broussard, Caitlin Lavelle, is that correct?
yes,
Did he have any other children?
no,
Okay, and he never adopted any other children?
no,
And in your application, you're showing that the only heirs are you and these 2 children. Is
that's
that
correct.
And you're asking that the court approve your application to determine heirship and show that you and these 2 children are the only heirs of his estate. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's all I have of this witness, Your Honor.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay, could you please state your name for the record?
Brett Sinset.
Right, Brett, were you familiar with the marital and family history of Dane Joseph Broussard?
Yes, sir.
And you had an opportunity to review this affidavit before coming into the hearing today?
Yes, sir, I did.
And is all that information true and correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, now I'll get you to go ahead and sign that. And Mr. Mueller, we talked before coming in today to do your hearing, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I've emailed you a copy of the affidavit of heirship on Mr. Broussard, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've had an opportunity to review that document?
Yes, sir, I did.
And is all that information true and correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And Your Honor, we're going to have that signed, or he's going to have that signed and notarized after the hearing today, and I'll get that e-file sometime, hopefully later today or tomorrow.
Okay, Mr. Broussard, as soon as those documents have been e-filed, I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship and the order granting independent administration of the estate. Judge McCall will get you your letters of independent administration that will give you authority to act on behalf of the estate. It'll then be your duty providing him with a listing of the assets of the estate so that he can prepare and file an inventory with the court. But I want to thank you, Mr. Mueller and Mr. Sensat, for coming in today. Appreciate your time, and I hope everything goes well. Let us know if you need anything else.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Great one.
You too.
Mr. Black.
That's the hard rate first.
Margaret. Okay, keep them self-approved.
Get you.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you, Your Honor?
Wonderful, thank you. If I could get Ms. Hargrave to raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this cause to be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. I do.
Hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Keith Edward Hargrave. Do you recognize that as being his will?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to go to the signature page and ask you, is that his signature on that document?
Yes, sir.
And after the date he made this will on April 2nd of 2004, did he ever revoke it or amend it?
No, sir.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Black.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hargrave, your name is Linda Hargrave. And
Yes,
you're
sir.
the applicant for probate of the will of your husband Keith. You have reviewed this proof of death and other facts.
Yes,
And is it your testimony to the court that all the facts stated herein are true and correct?
Yes, sir.
You are the named executor in the will.
Yes,
You're willing to serve in that capacity and you don't know of any reason that you're not qualified to act. Is that correct?
Not yet.
All right. Thank you. If you will sign this proof right here, please. And I have Ms. Thibodeau's here, Your Honor, to notarize the
Very
document.
good. And next one's a minimum.
Your Honor, the proof and oath are completed.
All right, Ms. Hargrave, I have signed the order admitting the will to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary. Mr. Black is going to e-file your proof and oath with the county clerk and be able to get those letters for you. And you'll use those if you need to deal with financial institutions, real estate title companies, anything of that nature. If you just make sure that you cooperate with him in getting him a listing of the assets of the estate, he has 90 days from today to file an inventory with the court. He'll explain that to you. But I hope everything goes well. Mr. Black has one more case, the Bean case. So I'll
Yes,
wait for you. to,
Ms. Adams is here. She's
Oh.
everything back.
All right, Ms. Adams, if I can get you to raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, let me see here. All right, I'm gonna hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Wendell C. Bean. Do you recognize that as being his will?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go back to the signature page and ask you if that's his signature on that document.
Yes, sir, it is.
And after the date he made this will on December 30th of 2015, did he ever revoke it or amend it?
No.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Black.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Bean, you're Ms. Adams, you're Melanie Bean Adams, and you're the applicant for probate of the will of your father.
Right.
As a muniment of title. We've discussed this. You're probating it for title purposes to your home,
Correct.
which you inherited from him, which you and your husband now occupy.
Right.
You have reviewed this proof of death and other facts, and is it your testimony to the court that all the facts stated therein are true and correct, including the affidavit, mentioned that all of his debts have been paid. There are no liens, the debts of his estate have been taken care of. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Okay. Complete, Your Honor.
right, Ms. Adams, I've signed the order admitting your father's will to probate as amendment of title. I hope everything goes great. And you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and let us know if we can do anything, Mr. Black.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We going to Ms. Gregory or Mr. Brinkley? Oh, we got Mr. Dowden.
Yes.
Self-approved.
And then it's Gregory.
He needs to see you, not me, right here.
You need the order back?
Not the order, just to open the proof, please, ma'am. Now, Tina, what am I doing wrong here? Start my video, or it's not really a video? Whatever.
I have time to
It
help.
is. Judge, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, here we go. Have Mr. Randy Hickman, Your Honor. Hickey, sorry. We have a Hickman.
We just did her too.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
We just had her hearing.
You got one.
Well,
That's
it's black.
okay. It doesn't matter. That'll work.
All right, Mr. Hickey, if I can get you to raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this charge to be the truth to help you God?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Hickey, I'm gonna hold up what reports to be the last will and testament of Jackie Jean Hickey. Do you recognize this as being his will?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna go back to the signature page and ask you if you recognize that signature.
Yes, it is. That's his signature.
Okay, and after the date he made this will on August 8th, 2019, did he ever revoke it or amend it?
No.
All right, go right ahead, Mr. Dowden.
Okay, so Mr. Hickey, your dad again was Jackie Jean Hickey, is that right?
Yes.
And I understand he passed away on or about April 28th of this year, 2021. Is that true?
Correct.
And you've identified his last will and testament, and have you had an opportunity to look over our proof of death and other facts that we're going to file with the court?
Yes, I have.
And everything is in that document's within your knowledge and true and correct, is that right?
Yes.
We're also going to file this morning an oath of independent executor, wherein you assure the court that you'll take care of the affairs of your dad's estate. Is that right?
Yes.
And you promise the court that you will in fact do that. Is that right?
Yes.
In fact, you've already got the information sheet this morning to start working on
Correct.
your inventory. Is that
Yes.
right? Okay. You're asking the court to admit dad's will to probate and to order letters testamentary be issued to you so you can take care of his affairs. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, that's all we have unless you need anything further.
No, if you'll go ahead and get him to sign the proof and oath and let me know when they're notarized.
Yes, sir.
Is black okay?
The black will work. Yes, sir.
Okay, is Nina in there with you?
Nina's at home. Tina's in here, Judge.
Okay, I just looking at documents early this morning, and one of them, and Mr. Hickey, you can go ahead and sign. This doesn't have anything. One of them was to deposit some money in the registry of the court on behalf of a minor for a teacher retirement system.
Yes, sir.
Life proceeds from a Minnesota life insurance company.
Yes, sir.
You would just make sure in the future that those orders direct that the clerk place those funds in an interest-bearing account and then put the language there to remain on deposit until the minor reaches age 18 or until further order of the court.
Yes, sir. That's our next, Judge, the way we've been doing that real quick is in a three-part deal. First of all, the motion to have the insurance company pay it into the registry of the court. Our second motion is to ask for a reimbursement to the client of attorney fees and expenses for bringing the first motion. So that was the second. And then our third final motion is the one that you mentioned, to ask that you order the clerk to put those funds. So if that works, that okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We good, Judge? We finished?
Yeah, are you notarized?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. We're done.
Okay, Mr. Hickey, I have signed the order admitting your father's will to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary that'll give you authority to act on behalf of the estate. You'll use those letters if you need to deal with financial institutions, real estate title companies, insurance companies, anything of that nature. I know that Mr. Dowden's going to do a great job of guiding you through the process, but please make sure that you cooperate with him in getting him a listing of the assets of your dad's estate, because he has 90 days from today to file an inventory with the court. But otherwise, y'all have a great week. And
Thank you,
for
Judge. Hey, it was good to meet you, Judge. Thank you.
your care.
I'm ready.
You good?
Ready? Okay, so this is Tina's notary book.
Okay.
If you'll sign it, will you?
And it's self-proven.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Teresa, or Bruce.
Who's here this morning?
You don't know who's here, he's here.
Mr. Gregory?
Yes, sir. I've just walked in. Let me see if I can't unmute this thing.
Start my video.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm here with Mr. Jones, and we're ready for the probate for Geneva Jones.
All right. You Brad Elton Jones?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Jones, if you'll raise your right hand, please. If you move the camera over a little bit towards him, Mr. Gregory. All right, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jones, I'm going to hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Geneva Jones. Do you recognize that as being her will?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to go back to the signature page and ask you if that's her signature on that document.
Yes.
And after the date she made this will on August 19th of 2020, did she ever revoke it or amend it?
No.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Gregory.
Okay. Mr. Jones, before coming in here today, did you read over the proof of death and other facts, and is it true and correct?
I did, and it is.
Okay. I'm going to get you to sign this document where it's got your signature and include your middle name.
Mr. Gregory, how's everything going with your fire insurance company?
It's going real slow.
Imagine.
Okay. Your Honor, I've got this notarized now.
All right, Mr. Jones. I have signed the order admitting your mother's will to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary that will give you authority to act on behalf of the estate. Mr. Gregory is going to e-file those documents you just signed with the county clerk, and he'll be able to get your letters for you.
Actually, this is a muniment, Your Honor, if I may interrupt.
Sorry, this is a muniment. You're right. All right, he'll guide you through the rest of the process, and I hope everything goes well. Y'all let us know if you need anything, Mr. Gregory.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
briefly for Solis.
All right, we're out here.
Good, we're back, yeah. Let's get everybody in there. Hey, thanks, we'll see you, okay?
Thank you.
Would you ask them to come in? Yes, I will. Get Judge back on. Hey, talk to you later, Connie.
All right, thanks.
Okay, have them come on in. Have Ms.
This is
Solis.
the only one I confirmed.
Yeah.
This is the only one.
Okay, Ms. Solis,
We're ready.
come on in.
Okay.
Yeah, Bunny's on Zoom. I see her right now.
Yeah, she said.
But you can, because I don't see nobody.
I don't have any video on the iPhone.
Okay.
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you.
I've already had a breakdown out there.
Oh, man.
I'm still trying.
You're doing good. Have a seat. There's Bunny right there. She's, look at her ball cap she's wearing.
I'm waiting to go to the beach.
Well, at least you don't have your please.
Not right.
Hey, Dr. Simon, how are you? Good morning.
You sure? Uh-huh.
Now my video's off.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
doing Zoom until they go.
All right.
Here we go.
August 1st?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Brinkley, do you have Ms. Simon and Ms. Solis with you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, could you put the camera on them, please?
Yes.
Oh dear, do I need to move around?
Yeah, let's
that's
get
gonna be-
you over here so we can see both of you.
No problem. Let me move my water.
I'll get you right here.
Okay. Maybe that chair, you could sit in it. No, I'm not.
She was
sitting
gonna,
there.
looks like she was gonna sit on this thing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I trust this a little better. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you?
Thursday.
Good.
All right, if I could get all three of you to raise your right hands, please. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this cause to be the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Brinkley.
Okay, Judge. I'll start with Mrs. Wimberly. Mrs. Wimberly, let me start by asking you, how do you know, or how do you know the decedent, Mark Wayne Solis?
I met Mark. Well, he went to school with us, but I really met him when he and Kathy started dating.
Okay. Do you feel like you have a familiarity with his family history?
Yes.
Okay. You've had a chance to look at the affidavit of facts concerning the identity of heirs, have you not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do those facts appear to be truly stated to the best of your recollection?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to ask you, Ms. Wimberly, to go ahead and sign that affidavit of facts concerning the identity of heirs.
Wait, she's not before a notary right now, is
Are
she?
you not before notary? Okay, then that's,
No,
we'll
no.
hold off on that until you get before notary. No problem.
I can
Mrs.
come over. Do I go to your office next week?
That's fine. You can, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Dr.
Ms.
Simon?
Do you have any questions for this witness?
No, sir, I don't have any questions of Veronica.
Okay, Bunny, you may be excused if you need to get on to the beach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bunny.
Bye-bye, Bunny. You have a good time.
Have a blast.
Thanks.
My next witness I'd call would be Dr. Simon.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Simon, are you familiar with the family history of Mark Wayne Solis?
Yes, I
How do
am.
you know him?
Oh, I've known Mark through Mark Chestnut. We used to sing, and then I've just known him quite a while.
Okay. You feel like you have a pretty good knowledge of his family history?
Yes,
You've had a chance to look at the document I've given you called the proof of death and other facts. Is that correct?
yes,
Okay. You've had a chance to look at the affidavit concerning the identity of heirs as well. Is that right?
Yes.
Is everything on that affidavit true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Judge, we do have a notary here, so I'll have her sign that in front of our notary here.
Very good. Thank
I'll pass
you.
this witness. I'll pass this witness.
Any
Judge, I
questions?
have no questions. Dr. Simon and I had a good long visit and I'm satisfied with her testimony.
That's good. Go right ahead, Mr.
Very
Brinkley.
good, thank you. Okay, Mrs. Solis, you've heard the testimony of the two witnesses today. You've seen the affidavits that they have signed, correct?
Yes.
And is it also your testimony that that we have properly identified the family of the decedent?
Yes,
Okay.
that is true.
I've also showed you a document called the Proof of Death and Other Facts, and it's right there in front of you. And I'm going to ask you, is everything on that document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor, and I'll have her sign that in front of the notary that's here today.
Very good. Okay, so once y'all have executed those documents and they've been e-filed with the clerk, I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship and the order authorizing the independent administration of the estate, Ms. Solis. And Mr. Brinkley will get you letters of administration from the clerk. You'll just need to make sure you cooperate with him in providing him the information he needs to do an inventory that will have to be filed within 90 days. But other than that, I know he'll do a good job guiding you through the process. So I hope everything goes well. And thank you so much for coming in today and acting as a disinterested witness. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Ms. Bethea. Y'all have a great week.
You too.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, I'm back in my office and I'm back in here in just a minute. I'll file on my desk.